In the last tutorial, we created a box that we named enemy, and we moved it across the screen, and it just moves and it goes along the ground, then it goes up in the sky. And so now what we're going to do is we are going to um, make the game stop when the enemy touches the robot. So let's open up the actions window, okay, and let's get on the actions layer so that we could actually see the actions. And so what we have in here is, we could do this a few different ways. What we have in here right now is an event listener that moves the enemy. So enemy move. Whoops, enemy move happens down in this area here, this function here, enemy moves, okay? And I think what we could do is we could have organized this a lot better and put all of this stuff into one big function, but we didn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new variable, and we're going to check to see if the game's over or not. So we're going to say variable game over, and we're going to set it to false. Okay, and so all this stuff is going to happen only if the game is not over. And I'll just demonstrate, and then we'll say if the enemy hits the hero, game over will be true. Okay, so in the enemy move functions, probably we're going to want to do that. So let's just say, for example, enemies X, this is all the code that describes how his movement should happen. So he goes across the screen, and then on the right side when he comes back, he's either up in the sky or on the ground. And we're going to now say if enemy dot hit test object. Now this is something that is built into this hit test object is built into animate, and we're going to say if it hits the hero, then game over equals true. Okay, we're going to set game over equals true. Now that's not going to do anything, okay? But what we could do is we could wrap all of this part inside of the function to say only do this if game over is not true. So we're going to say if, and to say that, if you put an exclamation point, that means if it's not game over, if it's, then all of this code can execute. Okay, and I'm just going to use the tab key to bump all this over. So if the game's not over, then all of this stuff can happen. But then if the enemy hits the hero, game over set to true. So when it reads this, this will never happen if game is over, because it says only do this if in fact it's not game over. Okay, so let's test that and see if it works. Okay, so there you go. The cube ran right into the robot right away. Let's do that again. You can see that because it's hitting the robot right away, it's not going to continue moving. So what if we wrap all of the functions in something like this? So we could make the cloud only move if the game isn't over. So we're going to say, I'm going to copy and paste that now. Oh, I didn't actually, so I'll just type it. If not game over, then the cloud can start moving. Okay, so I'm going to bump all this over and then make sure I put the close curly bracket. So now the cloud isn't going to move when the game ends as well. So let me just demonstrate a little better. Let me move this cube off to the right side of the page a little bit so you can actually see it come in. So here we go, control test. And when the cube comes and hits them, you can see that the cube freezes and the cloud freezes. So let's stop the score now, okay? So in actions, let's go, you could double click this by the way to open up the actions in there. I guess it looks for any actions in your game and opens up that frame. Okay, so now let's look for the, we have hero jump, cloud move, keep score. So basically we need to put this line in all of these. Now, like I said, we could have made one function for the entire game logic. We could have done that, but we didn't. So we're going to have to put this line in everywhere. So we're going to say, if not game over, now you could jump. Okay, and let's move all of this over. And let's do that also for the space bar, okay? So now we won't even be able to jump when the game is over. Okay, so let me pump all this. I like to organize my code like that. Indentations for new if statements. So here we go. So control test. So everything freezes. Whoop, the score's still going. What did we do wrong there? Let's see. So in the actions, let's go back to, did I miss something here? So cloud, keep score. Oh, I didn't put it in there, did I? So I'm going to paste because I still have it copied to my clipboard. Okay, and let's hit tab here. So again, control test. Now when the block hits the robot, the score stops, the cloud stops, and the cube stops. Now we can investigate and look up how to freeze his animation. By the way, I'm hitting spacebar and he doesn't jump. We could do that. That'll be for another tutorial. Okay, so what's left to do is be able to click the screen to restart the game and let the score start from 0 and continue up so you can play the game again. Okay, so for now, just work on the code, freezing the game, and we will reset the game in the next tutorial. Okay, have fun.